And this year, we had, like several years, we've had a lot of great people come and help us, but something special happened. You might even say an angel had come. Now, God does work in mysterious ways, and I think God does work through each one of us if we'll let him. If we will open our hearts and welcome that, God will work through us. And it's been my experience in life, there are some angels, some Sisters of Charity of Nazareth that I love. There's some of the people here who I've gotten to know very, very well, like Ted, who I love, part of my family. But there's another person who's become, I hope, not only is she a part of my family, I feel like I've become part of hers. And it's someone who's made a difference in the lives of adults and lives of children. And this year, we have a special recognition who brought the lives of 80 particular children additional joy. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Kane. Those of you who know Ada Lee know she's been a dance instructor for 61 of her youthful years. So the ones, there you go. So that big build-up wasn't much of a surprise to some of us. Some of you may have wondered, where's this story going? Well, this is going to one of God's special angels, our angel.
Thank you. I wasn't planning on this. But you know, I want to tell you all something. Years ago, I had my first dance recital over at the Scottish Rite Temple. And on the wall over there, it says, what you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for others lives on and becomes immortal. And I asked my mother, I said, what does that big word mean? And she said, I thought you were so smart. And it was immortal. Well, 7, 8 years old, you don't know what that word means. You don't even really care, you know. But that made a lasting impression on my life. And that's been my golden rule. And that's the way I look at life. And I want you all to know that no matter what you do for your children, it sticks with them. It makes an impression on them. So be careful what you do. Because my mother also said, well, that big word means you do something nice and it goes on and on and on. And then I always got a lesson. And she said, and you do something bad and they never forget it. So it was my pleasure this year. I've got 2 tables over here of people that were my bicycle angels and helpers. It was a fun thing, but I'm going to tell you all something. I ain't done yet. That's a threat, Randy. So I called up several of my friends and asked them if they would like to donate to the bicycle fund. And I told them what my plan was, because I had been down to the charities office and I had gotten about 8 or 9 friends of mine, and we were wrapping the Christmas presents. And I asked Karen Ernspiker, the volunteer coordinator, I said, are we going to have bicycles this year? Well, yeah, we usually do. And I said, well, how many? She said, well, 2 or 3. And I said, is that all? I said, gosh, the odds on Powerball is better than that. She said, well, one time we had 6. And I said, oh. She said, well, if you think you can, get more, why, go to it. Yeah. So that's the way I did. And then I called up Texas Roadhouse, and Diana Cerisi, she donated 15 bicycles and then gave me helmets. And that's what, every one of those bikes had a helmet with it.
That's great.
And I wouldn't do it without a helmet for the children. But it was just a fun thing. It was a lot of work. I hauled all those bicycles except for those 15 in my Dodge Caravan. And I had a fella from the Bob Club, Bob Rosenbaum, and he helped me load them in the car and then take them down to charities and do that.
Wow.
So I've got a book over here, and it kind of tells the story of all the things that we went through. It was an eye-opener, and the community opened their arms. And I said, when I get old, I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to have it Calling All Angels. And here on my award, it's the Calling All Angel Award.
And you're going to continue. It's now an annual award.
Yes, and I'll be the giver of the next recipient.
That's what an honor. And how well deserved.
Well, thank you. I've devoted most of my life to volunteerism. I've been down to Kentucky Center almost 20 years now.
And I've taught the deaf oral school for 13 years. I've raised funds for them with the Derby Eve party every year for 9 years. I mean, it's just, it's part of me, you know.
Well,
Everybody can give something, you know, time.
Yeah. And what a great example you are. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kirby. I just appreciate you interviewing me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.